We are getting into summer, and if you're like me, you've pulled out some outfits that you wore in previous summers and you put them on and you're like, I don't know why, but I'm just not feeling it this summer. It could be because it's just a little bit out of style, looking a little bit dated to you, and doesn't feel fresh anymore. So we're gonna talk about a few of those things. And some of these things just need to be restyled to freshen them up a little bit. So one thing I've noticed that is looking a little bit dated, and it's not everything, and I don't want anyone to get confused, and that's why I like pictures, and I will show them to you, but it's the wooden or fake wooden looking buttons that have no purpose except to just be an accent to the garment. It's not buttoning anything, it's not holding anything together, it's just like an accent to the shirt. So we saw these a lot a few years ago. Now, wooden buttons that are like, say, on a linen shirt or a linen jacket or something that actually you use it to button the shirt, that is not out of style or not, you know, it's very, I feel like it's a very classic, like beachy look, and I'm not talking about that. Now, you could just take these things off. You could just literally just cut the string that attaches those buttons together, and it might actually make the world of difference, and you might like that top again. Moving on. The next one is an outfit, and man, I loved this outfit when it was in style, but I ran across a picture of it, and it was from like several years ago, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh man, I remember that outfit, but it is definitely feeling very dated if you were to wear this. And what it is a long pleated, flowy, like voluminous maxi skirt. And then you wear that with like a basic like tank top. And then maybe you put a belt with it. That was a look, it was a vibe, it was a look, okay? Now you could take this outfit apart and restyle this and make it feel fresh again. That pleated maxi skirt, I would definitely say, please do not get rid of that. Even if you're just over it right now, I would definitely say tuck that away because you'll be back into it at some point, maybe a couple years down the road. The long necklaces with the like feathers on it or pendant, I mean, those were humongous for the longest time. And even though long necklaces have kind of come back and people are starting to wear long necklaces again, they don't look exactly like that. And that particular look, it just feels, it still feels not very current. Now, as with everything, if you have a long necklace with a pendant and you've had it for 10 years and you're like, this is my jam, this is what I wear all the time, and I freaking love it, I feel amazing in it, then please don't stop wearing it. We're speaking in generalities for a lot of these things, and a lot of these things, if you love it and you wear things like where you're rocking something, I can almost guarantee you it looks very good on you and it looks amazing. You should not quit because of some person on the internet that said these kind of necklaces are not in style anymore. That would be silly. This is one that I loved when it was like at its height, and then I just kind of got a little bit over it, a little bit tired of it, but I have a way to rework it. But it's the paper bag pant. Paper bag waist. They do feel a little bit dated, but let me tell you, this is what you should do. Take that fabric belt off and just put a regular leather belt with it, and they will feel a lot more fresh. They will feel different. They will feel kind of new and upgraded. And so I don't think you should get rid of these. I mean, do whatever you want, but I feel like these could definitely be refreshed, reworked to feel current again. I definitely mentioned this in some other video. I don't remember which one, but it's worth mentioning again because occasionally I will still see it for sale, and this just looks very dated. And it's the like crisscross thing going on a V-neck. It's like a shoestring or maybe a ribbon, something like that. I did see one for sale at Target. I'm like, what in the world? Like, this is just not doing anybody any favors. I don't see it a lot, but it's not looking very current. I wouldn't really go out and buy a new one. Or you could do like my mama does when she has some shirts that have stains on them, or just she can't wear anymore, or she just knows she's got to get rid of and she can't donate it or whatever. She uses them to polish furniture. So there's that. I'm not saying that for this particular shirt, but I'm just saying, listen, if you got something and just for some reason you can't donate it or sell it on Poshmark, you can always polish furniture with it. Basically, a lot of the styles that we saw a few years ago that had all these decorative things on them, there would be a shirt with like, you know, lace and then a leopard print and then pink, or just, you know, lots of things going on in one shirt. Like, we've just kind of moved away from that. Now we are seeing a lot more simplicity in tops. Like there might still be a ruffle, but it's not combined with so many other elements. Simple high neck halters and tank tops have been really on trend. Even basics like button downs and t-shirts in solid colors have taken the place of the mixed print blouses we used to see a lot. If there's texture and detail, it's a bit less busy than it was a few years ago. More classic looks are very in, and I know we keep hearing about quiet luxury, and so it kind of goes more to that like very well fitting, very clean lines. That's very much kind of where fashion is right now. By the way, so whenever I do these videos, I feel like it can be a little bit overwhelming because you're just kind of like, gosh, like it seems like everything goes in and out of fashion so fast. Like what the heck do I wear? So I made a very scientific graph for you on the back of my son's coloring paper. So here's the thing. Here's fashion right here, right? And up here are things that are really, really on trend right now. We got like 3D florals, metallics, denim maxi skirts, wide leg jeans. Those are very on trend, right? And then down here, we have things that are just like most of the population would probably be able to identify it as pretty out of style, like Ed Hardy shirts, the cold shoulder tops, not all cold shoulder, but like the ones, I'll show you pictures on the screen, like that have like the floral that is very dated, like the spaced out floral, wedge sneakers, like things that just, you don't even really see anymore. And if you see it, you're like, oh gosh, I remember that from several years ago. And then in the middle here, we have everything else. We have skinny jeans are in here. Kids, what's something else that's like tapered pants? They basically live here. And what that means is they're not like cutting edge of fashion, like no one's talking about them being like, this is the next big thing, but they're not so outdated to where someone would look at it and be like, oh wow, I remember that from 10 years ago. Like they just kind of live here. So if you wear skinny jeans, they could be refreshed. You can restyle them. Kids are something that, you know, they're not necessarily cutting edge of fashion, but you can definitely wear kids and they don't look out of style or dated or anything like that. I don't want anyone to think like, oh my gosh, if I wear this, like everyone's just gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so out of style, and people are gonna jump out of the bushes and arrest you or something. That does not happen. Nobody thinks like that, but I just want you to feel good in your clothes. I know I've mentioned this one in another video, can't remember which one, but skinny jeans are skinny jeans. And I feel like if you have a classic skinny jean, you can still restyle that, refresh that, whatever. But the ultra ripped skinny jeans, I don't feel like that feels current. The denim that looks a lot more current right now are the ones with no distressing or very minimal distressing or a frayed hem, and it's more in a straight leg or a wider leg. Cargo pockets are also a huge trend right now in the denim world, and these are almost always straight leg with no distressing. Ultimately, you want to wear jeans that fit you well and you love, so that should always be the deciding factor on which ones you wear. Speaking of super ripped, so distressing is not out. And I feel like distressing in certain parts is still very on trend and in, but just not in a way that we were all doing it a few years ago. And so on that point, and I noticed this, I went to a secondhand store the other day, and this was like, I just saw these denim shorts that were super ripped, and then like all this fraying, like intentional, like fraying. It did not look natural at all on the bottom, and they were like super shorts. They were like this, that. We've kind of moved on from that. Now the denim short that's more on trend, feels more current, would be a little bit of distressing, maybe a little distressed hem, and it's even gotten more elevated than that. We're seeing like pleated denim. You know, denim is a very big right now. No distressing. You know, lots of different kinds of denim shorts, but even Bermuda denim shorts, you know, have been a thing. But the super ripped, very distressed, like kind of fake distressing, that is definitely, I don't even know where you would buy it at this point, but that is definitely looking a little bit dated. So I got inspired to do this video because I have been so sick of my living room, and I'm just like, oh my God, I hate it. I'm so over it. There's lots of things, but I don't really know what to do. And so I have been like devouring home decor YouTube videos by Kristen McGowan, DIY with KB, and Nick Lewis. And I love all their like out of style, like this is terrible, get rid of this immediately. And I've been loving these videos. I'm not offended at all, even though they've definitely named some things that I have currently in my house. but I was able to figure out what was bothering me so bad and so not cohesive about my living room. So anyway, I'm gonna redo it and it's gonna be great. And so I was like, I need to do an out of style video. These are just so much fun to watch. I hope nobody's getting offended by this video. I definitely was not offended by any of these videos. I don't know, I just find them very fun and like straightforward and I just really like them. So anyway, I'll start rambling, but let's talk about crochet, okay? So this is gonna be kind of a confusing one. So crochet is very big for summer. It really is always big for summer in like one way or another. It's some kind of crochet is always on trend for summer. But here's the thing. One of the kinds of crochets that's really on trend right now, and I'll bet you maybe if you haven't noticed it before, but I'll bet you after I show it to you, you're gonna start kind of seeing it when you go shopping. You'll be like, oh, there it is. And it's like this crochet with like these retro flowers on it. And it is very trendy when it's worn like this, okay? So when it's worn like this. But then some manufacturers, designers are like, well, let's make that in a very conservative style. And they make something like this. This right here, it can look very kind of dowdy. It can look very out of style. Me, ain't no way I'm gonna be wearing this. Like, just no way. It's not where I live right now. But I'm also not gonna be like, well, I like this, but let me get it in this style, because I just don't think this will do a lot of us many favors. I would be careful with crochet. I will say though, the crochet that I really love, that is very on trend, and I just really love this, is that hollowed crochet. I mean, you got to for sure wear something underneath it. It could be like a bathing suit top or a bralette or a tank top. I think that's really cute. And even just a traditional, like, you know, little crochet top for the summer with some linen, I feel like that is beautiful. I love that look. So I hope you like this video and maybe got some ideas from it. I hope so. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, a thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you next time.